watching Let's Chat.
Good morning and welcome back. This has turned into an annual tradition here. We gather the area's leading sporting authorities and talk about Super Bowl Sunday right here on CBS coming up this week. Our coverage begins at 11:30. Again, our guests this morning, Darrell Patterson and Jim Reynolds. Guys, good morning to you both.
Good morning again.
JR, I know you said a moment ago, get past all the quarterback stuff, but that's where a lot of the attention's going to be focused. So let's go ahead and get past the quarterback stuff. You ready?
Sure.
Darrell, I know you're always ready. Darrell is always
I was born ready. Born ready.
Mahomes was 6 years old when Brady played in his first Super Bowl. Now, just think about that for a moment. Brady, of course, the greatest of all time. He's got, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowl rings. The question to you both guys, does he still have it in him? Is he good enough to overcome Patrick Mahomes?
I don't think there's any question. I would say this. I don't think the quarterback thing is irrelevant. I think it's extremely important.
Sure.
I just think there's other players that are going to decide it as well. And
Yeah.
Chip, you mentioned that we've been doing this for a while. When we started, it was Coach Nix, Roy Exum, Darrell, and me. And then the first year, Exum was voted off the island, and then Coach Nix was voted off. So if Darrell and I, one of the two will not be back next year, so you'll know who got voted off the island, who did a poor job today. So we'll see how that works out. Yes, both Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady are good enough to carry teams and make the most of the personnel that they have around them. So I'm not saying the quarterback situation's irrelevant at all. Obviously, very different styles. You just take a look at the numbers. Can Tom Brady do it, was your question. His numbers this year, again, were phenomenal. Has he lost a little zip on the fastball? Probably. Is he going to run as much? I don't know. I think he's tried to take care of himself during the season, but you get in the Super Bowl, you're going to do anything you can to win. So I think it's a great matchup, different styles, obviously. You know, Brady has more experience, no question. I think Mahomes at this point in time has more athletic ability, but who can get their players around them playing the best?
Sure.
Both of them are pretty darn good at that.
All right, Darrell.
I think really to echo what JR just said, Mahomes has all the talent in the world. Brady has all the experience in the world. I mean, he's old enough to be Mahomes' dad.
Right.
And to put those two together, that's what everybody talks about. That's what everybody looks at. And as you said from the start of the show, there are 11 guys out there on offense. So you got 10 others besides those two. And then you have 11 more on defense over there. So who plays a more important part? Well, if you've got 2 of the best quarterbacks in the game, if you have the GOAT on one side and you have the young GOAT on the other side, then to me, the question is, who has the better defense? Oh, we forgot all about defense because we talk about Mahomes and we talk about Brady. And Chip, I told you when we talked yesterday on the phone, if Tampa Bay is within a touchdown in the closing minutes of the game, the last 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game, if they are behind, but if they're within one score, they win. They win. I think Kansas City has to stay 2 scores ahead late in the game in order to win. Mm-hmm. And that puts a whole lot of pressure on their defense to keep Tampa Bay from scoring. So I think the more relevant, the quarterbacks are absolutely relevant, but more relevant to me is the defense. Keep your eye on the defense. How do they adjust? As JR said, Brady he can't throw the ball 90 yards downfield anymore, but he is so good at dropping the ball in the basket. Just perfect with that. He has such great touch on all of his passes. That's key. That puts pressure on the Honey Badger and the other guys of the Kansas City defense to stop that, or at least to limit that. So that's going to be a very relevant part, as far as I'm concerned, is each team's defense.
And Brady and Mahomes both, but Brady, you can almost look at him playing and see every different scenario playing out in his head. and then he acts upon what conclusion he's come to, and he does it all in the snap of a finger. The guy is one of the smartest players, arguably, to ever take the field. And I think, and even we've heard some interviews to this effect, that Mahomes has studied pretty much every game Brady's ever played in and tries to pick up pointers from him, and who wouldn't do that? All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk a little bit more about some prop bets. We're going to talk more about Super Bowl, the whole atmosphere surrounding the game, but we're going to get to the heart of this, and that's the coaches, both of whom you guys highly respect. We're back to talk about the guys leading their teams, hopefully into victory in this year's Super Bowl when we come back.